Butcher knives dangled in hands. Everyone kept one close in case they got hungry. Silver clouds snuck into the horizon. A curious breeze blew across the bridge. The expressway near the harbor was empty. Cars no longer traveled across it. Airplanes and cab horns no longer filled the air. The bridges of New York City could only serve as a shelter for a few homeless, hungry humans left scurrying the desolation of a once prosperous nation, of a once prosperous world. Hunger was everywhere. Butcher knives dangled in hands. Yes, everyone kept one close in case they got hungry. Death was a friend to all. Even the fish in the harbor, the last that were left, were dying. The last of the pigeons, the last of the birds, the last of the rats that came to pick what was left off of any bones. Yes, and too, the last of the humans. Who am I now but a victim of a world civil war? Where are my brothers and my sisters? Where are the police to patrol my streets and ensure my safety? Where are the courts to ensure civil justice? Where are my schools? Where are my churches? Where is the military to rebuild democracy? Where is my country? I waved at the messenger. A flyer hit the doorway like another nail in the coffin of a dead society. Only the hungry eyes of the streets still gave it life. The messenger was told that he had no need for society. He was told that he only had to serve a purpose. Thus, he was merely only a messenger. I waved again at the messenger. He did not care to wave back. He only cared about hanging the flyers. The Union would take care of the streets. It was the duty of the Union to feed its citizens, or to feed upon them. Gray skies darkened overhead. Near a subway station, just next to Radio City Music Hall, I looked up to a skyscraper window where my old office used to be. I remembered working for the investment bank and making commissions. I missed the days when I used to order pizza. What did pizza even taste like anymore? My God, I've even forgotten the taste and feeling of a beer in the company of another, by my side in the bed. The naked skin, the flesh, the touch, the gentle caress of eyes, the gurgling of a stomach that can be satisfied. I fought a strong wind, leading to an empty side street. On the sidewalk, I stepped over 1,000,000 white pigeon bones. Once again, the gangs had left their mark. It had been several weeks since I'd last seen a living pigeon. I always felt safe walking the side street. For some reason, I never encountered the gangs or saw any threatening watchmen along the barren corridors. I knew it was only a matter of time, though, before they found me. It was only a matter of time before the Union did too.
A gate blew open into the brick wall outside the stairwell of her apartment. She removed her key and walked up the long, tiring steps. A severe calcium and magnesium deficiency stiffened her legs and caused a sudden spasm. But she fought the muscle fatigue and clenched the railing. Step by step, she thought. That's the least any man can do to get home, to reach the destination. At the top of the 5th floor, her key slipped inside the lock and she stumbled into her apartment. Darkness filled the room as she squinted and fumbled for a box of matches on the kitchen table. A candle wick burned against the match. Light filled the room.
Anna raced for the bathroom door and squatted on the toilet. Beneath her shoes, $1,000 bills covered the floor. The toilet seat felt cold against her buttocks. Amazing, Anna thought, how a currency worth so much could become worth nothing. Will the new electronic currency truly redeem this catastrophe? Can it reverse the horror of starvation since the collapse of every nation since the banking crises? She observed the poster that read, "The new alliance has promised, once we bring peace to the Middle East, we promise a single currency to be used in world trade, and we absolutely promise the absence of such a religion that has instigated such great worldwide conflict. This new world currency shall be electronic and without speculative risk. We shall present a contract to the world and stick to our promise. Our enemies will starve without the mercy of our rule. The new economic union shall rise in your city, no matter where in the world, and we promise to bring eternal peace to the world. The virus behind doubt and self-thought will be sought, contained, quarantined, and eradicated. We assure you that those carrying this deadly contagion will be eradicated, and peace will return. A new language will be taught, a new history will be written so that we forget our past. Beware of your neighbor, brother, sister, and parent. Anyone can be infected, but do not fear, for we have your solution. Unlock your doors and windows, for the Union is here to protect you." Anna was relieved to urinate. Her bladders no longer swelled, and the bloating had quickly subsided. When she bent over the toilet for a handful of cash to clean herself, she noticed the body of a rat trapped beneath the bathroom sink. "Has God answered my prayers?" she asked in glee and knelt to the floor. She closed her eyes, clasped her hands and prayed, "Oh yes, I thank you, God, for my meal." She lifted the hatch of the trap and felt the neck of the rat. It was indeed broken, and rather recently. Its lungs did not breathe and its eyelids did not blink. She closely inspected it. Did another human put this here, she wondered? Has it been poisoned to kill me? Anna lifted the warm, limp tail to inspect it for purple circles. She found no hint of the hisalixithide poison, which is used to poison vermin to kill humans. The poison somehow leaves human flesh safe for consumption by other humans. The Union has been rumored to use such methods, but renegade street gangs have used it as well. Anna also inspected the underbelly for puncture marks and tiny scrapes. No purple rings were found on the tail. No puncture marks or mysterious tiny scrapes blemished the underbelly. Is this a trick? She wondered. Have faith. An intuitive inner voice whispered, God will have grace on you if he chooses so. She kneeled to pray over the vermin and asked for the food to be blessed and protected. This prayer is to show my gratefulness. Never again will I take such meal for granted, and never again will I assume tomorrow to be the same as yesterday. There was no time to waste cooking it. She bit into the flesh. Fur and warm blood filled her mouth. Fragile bones crushed against her front teeth, yet she didn't care. Her stomach gurgled and she swallowed the warm, wet flesh. She never thought the taste of rat could be good. It was an easy swallow. She even licked her index finger to not waste any drops of blood, fur and flesh.
A crawling darkness crept into the room. Anna fought the force of her eyelids falling. A whistle of steam screamed from the green kettle on the stove. She let the water cool, then dabbed a blue towel in the warm water and made a compress to put on her sore muscles. She clenched the towel around her arm and felt the spasms subside. Warmth soothed her muscles. Is this the progression of the starvation, she wondered? Is it my kidneys? Are they failing? A candle on the shelf cast her shadow to the wall. Anna felt a pillow against her ears, her legs and chest. She wished the shadow of a man were on the wall, in her arms holding her. She missed the comfort of her cats and dogs. Deep sleep ensued. A dream of rain fell into her mind. The smell of a red rose, the sight of a house and children, and a wedding band around her finger. She opened an oven door and removed a tray of turkey from the rack. She put the tray on the table next to a plate of lasagna, mashed potato and carrots. Anna awoke to the sounds of something loud falling into her wall. She leaned to the other side of the bed to get a better listen. Nervous voices filled the hallway outside. My neighbors, Anna thought. What are they doing up this late? A loud thump hit her front door. The doorknob turned. Anna heard a woman say, "Damn it, the door is locked." We'll have to use the axe to get in. Anna shivered. Have they finally come for me? Something hit the door. She heard the doorknob again. I don't want them to peel my skin. Looking at her arms and legs, she imagined the cells of her flesh in someone else's stomach, melting in acid, becoming a part of the other person. The walls started spinning. Her fingers felt cold and her breath became shallow. Whispers sounded. She heard their voices again. I wish we didn't eat all the cats and dogs, said the man. They taste so much better than human flesh. I agree, she replied. But there's nothing else to eat. Let's eat Anna, we have to eat her. It's your turn to kill Anna. I skinned that little baby last weekend, that was enough. I can still feel the flaps of her flesh between my fingers. I need a break from this. Do you know how hard that was? Don't you remember that loud scream, that last one? And how it echoed in our heads while we ate of the carcass? Anna was terrified. She knew they were going to try and bust in and kill her. Skin her, boil her flesh, bite every part of her muscle and tissue off into the bone. Everyone was starving. There was nothing else to eat but each other. What happened to them? What happened to mankind? She remembered when this couple used to invite her over for Thanksgiving dinner. She remembered petting their golden retriever, Hammy, who used to play with her neighbor's Dalmatian. She remembered sitting at the table, refusing to pray and give thanks because she didn't believe in God. It's amazing how people change when they are hungry. The character and morality of a nation means nothing when its stomach is empty. It is amazing, Anna thought, because I want to believe in God now. I want to believe in a better world than this. It can't end like this for all of us, can it? I want to have hope. I want to have purpose. Outside the door, the man fell to his knees. He jabbed a butcher knife into the floor and pounded his fist. I don't want to kill Anna. He pinched his eyes shut. He inhaled deeply. The woman knelt by his side and took the knife from his hands. "If you can't do it, then I guess I will. We have no choice. The Union doesn't care about us. Besides, there's nothing left to breed that's not human. Only the humans are left to breed, and that is going to take an awful lot of time." Anna stepped away from the door. She was afraid, terribly afraid. She tiptoed to the kitchen and reached for the butcher knife in the sink. A loud crash split into the door. A crease and crack opened just below the eye hole. A splinter of wood peeled free and fell. "We've got to get inside," the woman said. "Damn it, won't you try the axe?" "But I can't," he said. "Anna was our friend." "We have no choice. They can't keep the breeding camps open. You know that. They've tried, and every time they start a breeding camp, then another raid comes from the Union. Not even the armies can police the people. I'm going in, that's it, God damn it." "But we can't kill Anna. Then I'll take care of her." The wife yelled. "My God, we're going to do it. We're going to get her. Now step back. I'll finish her with the axe." Anna clutched the knife and listened to them balk at the front door. She could only hope that they would change their minds about coming in to kill her. From the corner of the wall, she listened as the man grabbed his wife's arm and tugged her back. "Thou shalt not kill, it is written. We can't kill Anna." The wife pointed at her stomach. "Then how is our unborn baby in my belly going to survive? Is it right that our child never sees the sight of this world? What right do we have to kill her by depriving her of food?" Her husband sighed. "Do you know what it is to be a mother? Do you? What burdens do I have to feed my child? Do you?" He clutched the handle of the axe and then released his grip. Confusion filled his face. "The police don't care anymore," said his wife. "What else can we do? We live in anarchy now." "I don't like anarchy," he replied. There's no distribution of goods and services, no justice, no happiness, no peace." The man remained silent. He knew she was right. But he also was searching for a way to justify killing another human to sustain his feeble, hopeless life. "Is it a sin to eat?" he asked. "Do you really care about sin?" the woman asked. "Even the churches are gone. Not a preacher even remains in this world. The New Alliance has seen to that, and if they catch you thinking like this, they'll have your head. The Union will skin and eat you alive." His stomach suddenly growled. He thought of his unborn child. He wondered if he would have to eat his child someday. He knew he had no choice. If he did not kill Anna, his baby would die. He looked at the axe. He grabbed it and yanked it from the floor. Anna heard their footsteps enter her apartment. She knew she was running out of time. There was only one thing left to do. She hurried into the bedroom and locked herself inside. Their footsteps hurried around the place. Anna listened as they searched for her. Toppled plates and glasses crashed to the floor, the sound of furniture getting moved around. For some time she listened and felt her heart pounding. Her heart kept pounding and pounding for some time. Just then a loud siren blasted in Anna's ears. It was a deafening sound. It made her jump back. Then came the sound of dozens of footsteps running into the hallway outside her walls. The siren kept pulsing in her skull. The sound made her dizzy, and the room started to spin. And then she saw trails of blue gas seeping through the bottom of the doorway. The room filled up with blue and red flashes of fading light until it all went black. When Anna finally awoke, She saw a beam of sunlight slid into the bedroom. No sounds of the sirens, no sight of the blue gas. Anna opened her eyes to a clear blue sky outside her window. The bedroom door was still locked. Nothing in her room had moved out of its place. A burning itch crawled down her arms like 1,000 slithering worms with sharp underbellies. When Anna rolled up her sleeves, a certain green tint covered her arms. Patches of tan circles became dark yellow. Her arms itched, and she scratched her skin until blood collected under her fingernails. "What is this?" she wondered. "Is it from the gas?" Queasiness filled her stomach. A hot burn stung her eyes and worsened. Severe cramps caused her to collapse into the bed. She fumbled inside of the nightstand drawer for a mirror. Her face was covered with a green tint, and her eyes were dark yellow. "Oh my God, what happened?" she worried. There was no sound of the intruders outside the door. She knew she had to get out of the room. So she took a chance and unlocked the bedroom door. She ran out into the apartment. No sight of the intruders. She hurried to the bathroom sink. The water was cold against her fingers as she tried to wash herself clean of the yellow patches and green tint, but could not get them clean of the substance. Then she heard the sound came from the other room. Unfamiliar voices mumbled. The sound of something dragged across the floor. That's when she saw 4 tall men in yellow and black rubber uniforms stand in the living room. Large blue letters on their uniforms read, "Economic Union." The men lifted the naked bodies of her intruders. They began to carry the bodies away. Anna saw the axe on the floor. There had been sight of a struggle. Anna remembered the blue gas and figured it must have knocked them out too. She hurried to the bedroom to hide herself. She locked the door and covered herself beneath the blankets. She wanted to hide under those sheets and pretend the world didn't exist, but it was too late for that. A knock came on her door. "Hey you," a voice said. "Open up the door, let us in, please. We are only here to help. Yes, only to help. We are here to protect you. Please let us in." Anna leapt up out of the bed and glanced at the window. She knew she had to make a dash for it, and so she did. She hurried to the window as the knocking kept striking the door. She slid the window open and then stepped out to the fire escape. There was no sight of them down along the street or parking lot. There was no time to waste. She ran as fast as she could down the steps, but then she felt her legs cramp and she fought the tightness in her muscles. She told herself, "No, I must fight on. I have to get free from them. Yes, there must be some sort of escape from this hell. There has to be." It was a long and hot sprint to the nearest alleyway. Flyers covered brick walls beside her. Dozens of flyers read, "Unlock your windows and doors. The Union is here to protect you. The Union is here to bring you home." Those words disgusted her. Just then her legs cramped again and she fell into the brick wall. Then she dropped hard to the pavement and knocked her head. That's when she heard the footsteps shuffle closer. Menacing shadows approached. Laughter echoed in the distance. "We finally got her, yes. Anna is ours now." "Don't shoot her," yelled the Union leader. "She is already poisoned and we need not waste the flesh." Anna tried to get back up to her feet, but she could not. She was out of strength. She looked at the strange green tint on her skin. It now made sense as to what caused her sickness, that poisonous gas hisoxithide poison. By the time the Union police reached her, her vision went black. She could no longer see. The full effects of the poison had her beat. She felt the police remove all her clothing so that she could be sealed for food storage. She felt them use the sealing machine to seal her flesh in plastic, to preserve it for their feeding. She tried to wiggle free one last time but could not resist. "Let me go," she pled. "Oh God, no, please no." She felt the plastic seal her arms and legs together. The plastic was warm and felt sticky. A familiar voice emerged as Anna choked. She heard the Union leader say, "I can't wait to taste this one." Anna wanted to yell out, but it was too late. She felt the plastic seal her mouth. She tried to gasp for air. It wasn't possible. The nation had won, as it always does. Anna's final breath ceased. Her heart stopped. That was when a bright light came and Anna was flying, levitating above her body. Down below her floating orb, she watched the Union police load her body into the transport vehicle as she lifted up and floated away. She saw them lick their lips in hunger. She was glad to be free of the dog-eat-dog world, or shall we say, the man-eat-man world. Anna was glad to be free. Yes, she was finally free now, finally free of a world that had been slowly killing her all along. In the end, death is a consolation prize for enduring a life of human suffering. Anna had finally reached the end of her suffering, and she was glad.